Sorry. I hope you can hear me. I don't have my mic on, but I wanted to briefly share this. I have seen a few YouTube videos recently, and I also received a couple of calls, and these are from young women who have emigrated from somewhere in Africa to the West, namely UK, US, Canada, Australia, and whatnot, Europe. And there's this notion now that whilst for a lot of people, the reason why they moved was because of their family, children, better opportunities, and whatnot. But it appears that the reason why some of these people are now thinking of sending their kids home is because they came here, which doesn't make any sense to me. There's a lot about, oh, this place is not good for the kids, and this place is evil, this place is teaching people all kinds of things and all kinds of ideologies, which to me, they don't make any sense. I'm sorry, van just went by. And what I have to say to you is this. First of all, before you emigrate to any country in this world, try and find out as much as possible. Do your due diligence to find out about the country where you're moving to, the cultural differences, the things to expect. I remember when we moved here about 20 years ago, I did all kinds of crazy things. I bought a book called Living in America, I believe it was called. And then I think I joined a group, an expat group, where I spoke to many people, including a lady who was willing to go and visit the area we were looking at with regards to schools. And these are the things that we're supposed to do before we make any decisions. And even at that time, I'm not saying that I did everything correctly or perfectly. No, of course I did not. Because if I did, then I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be opening this channel. But you have to do these things, and these opportunities to research are so available now, much more than before. So I don't understand the reason why people are not making good use of these opportunities. Many people are online all the time, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, I don't know, wherever else that's available, Google. And if you can get on these platforms, I don't understand why you cannot make the necessary research, or you cannot do the necessary research before you move to these countries. But the reality of it is this, that in the West, you have to bring your children up. There's no village here. The teachers here do not do that. Your neighbors have their own problems. So you can't expect people like that to participate in your child rearing responsibilities. They're your responsibilities. So don't think that the teacher at school is going to do anything different. If there is something that is going on at school that you don't like or you don't believe in, then it's up to you to voice that out, and it's up to you to find alternative options to those that are available at schools. If the school is not conducive for you, then you need to get ready to pay for private education. There's so many people out here, I'm sorry to say, which is very irritating. You go to public schools and then you expect them to abide by your rules. Well, guess what? That's not what it's for. The public school is not just for you and for your belief, it's for everybody else. So if you feel so passionate about their practices, then you need to be ready to pay for private alternatives. You have to be present for your children. That's one thing that you have to accept and realize. Many people come to these countries and the goal is to work hard, make as much money as you can so that you can get that big house, you can get that car, you can send money home to show off. And so you want to work as much as you can in order to do these things. Unfortunately, you can't do that here. You can't serve more than one master. It's either you're working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or you're working less and taking care of your other problems. While you're at work, you need to ask yourself, what are my kids doing? If you're at work and you're not at home and your children have access to all kinds of things, then you can't turn around and blame the country for things that happen in your house. And we're not the only people here. I have friends who are from Asian countries, whether it's China, Hong Kong, Korea, India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, the Middle East. We have friends, we know people who come from these other countries. And when they come here, they thrive. And if you watch them, you will see why. Because they're not working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They're working, maybe one person is working and the other person is not working. Or perhaps one person is working, the other person is doing part-time. And nowadays, you can even do remote. In my days, we couldn't do that. That was not an option. So many of us nearly lost our jobs because of that. But anyway, we're grateful in a way for today, even though it was as a result of COVID. But these are opportunities that are available now. And people are not willing to do that. You have to be a present parent. You have to be aware of what your children are doing. You have to interact with them. You have to have conversations with them. I know that in Nigeria, for instance, I'm only speaking about Nigeria because that's the place that I know. You can be married and not know your husband. You can have children and not really know them because there's so many distractions from friends, families, events, other kinds of things that are going on in the society, in the community, that will often distract you from getting to know what's going on in your household. You know, your husband goes to work, he comes back, he goes out for a drink with his friends, you chill with your friends, and most of the time you don't even know much about each other. And that's part of the reason why when you come to these countries, you begin to have issues, because here you don't have those distractions. You have to face the music. And sometimes many people are not prepared for that. And so what I'm saying to you today is that sending your children home is not always the best option. For it to work, you have to be there. You can't just be here and send your children home, because you're not going to be able to control or manage what's going on around them. You're depending on other people to bring your children up. Again, that's what you're doing. By sending them home, you're relinquishing your responsibility or your responsibilities as parents or as a parent. And the reason why it's not working here for you is because you want to relinquish your responsibility as a parent. And you can't win. You cannot win. That your children, it's your responsibility to bring them up. So what I would advise you to do is get involved, find out what's going on, make friends with the parents of your children. By all means, make friends from different countries, not just what you're familiar with. Like I said, we have friends from Asia, from the Middle East. Interact, get involved with your child's school. If they have meetings at school, try and be there as much as you can. I wasn't always there. I just went whenever I could. If they play sports, go and watch them play. Get involved. Participate. Drop off. Pick up. Whatever they're doing, get involved and find out. Be present in your child's life. No one else is going to do it for you. You can't just bring them here and expect them to bring themselves up or to raise themselves. No, you have to do it. And the only way you can do it is by less of yourself and more of them. I hope you find this video useful. If you have anything to share, you have any experiences that you'd like to share, please share in the comment section. And until the next video, I'll see you soon. Goodbye.